Hey guys, it's DVal, and I'm here with my friend M Dubs,
Hey guys.
and we are naming ourselves Fort of Blankets. This is our first video we're doing on this channel, and we're going to be going over a UA deck that my friend M Dubs here made. So I'm going to give the microphone over to him, let him talk about it.
So it all revolves around UA Midfielder, this guy right here, and UA Stadium. UA Midfielder is the only UA monster that can be normal summoned. His other effect is basically useless. You don't really want him on the field at the end of your turn, but you can, as a quick effect, bounce one of your other UA monsters back to your hand to special summon a different UA monster. You also have Heroic Challenger, Assault Halberd. He's basically just there as tribute fodder for the level 5s if you can't get Midfielder out. He's also good if you need to get some tribute fodder from your hand for this guy, who is basically your bread and butter. You toss him in defense mode your first turn, and he can negate anything your opponent puts down in their next turn. You just have to discard a card. It's a quick effect, so it can go on your turn or your opponent's turn. Discard a card, negate the activation of a monster, a spell, or a trap card. So he's your first line of defense. You also keep a couple blockbackers in there. He's basically lose one turn on legs. Anytime your opponent special summons a monster on their turn, you can, as a quick effect, have that monster's effect negated and have it put into defense position. It's awesome against Burning Abyss. It's awesome against Necros especially. Then you have your offensive monsters. You have UA Mighty Slugger. Whenever he attacks, your opponents can't activate effects until the end of the damage step. So any battle traps, any mirror forces, dimensional prisons, Necros of Valkyris, all the Burning Abyss and Shaddoll monsters are just stopped dead in their tracks. And then you got one of these big guys here, UA Dreadnought Dunker. Love the names, they're delightful. They're so 90s, right, D-Val?
Yeah, I know.
He does piercing battle damage, and anytime he inflicts battle damage on your opponent, he can destroy a card on the field. And he, like all of the level 5 and level 7 UA monsters, can be special summoned from your hand by subbing out different UA monsters. So your basic play is you summon this guy, UA Midfielder, and then from your hand you special summon any of the other UA monsters, sending him back to your hand. Now that's not the most long-lasting offensive strategy, so you have this right here, UA Stadium. Of course, it's a little delicate if it's blasted off the field by any sort of mystical space typhoon, anything, night beam, any of that stuff. You lose a lot of your getting the ball rolling. Anytime a UA monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, you can search out any other UA monster. And once per turn, if a UA monster is special summoned, all monsters gain 500 attack permanently. So basically my ideal first turn is activate Stadium, normal summon Midfielder, search Perfect Ace, and special summon Perfect Ace into defense mode. He gains 500 attack, so he's at 2,000 for your next turn, where you hopefully special summon again, which will put him at 2,500 attack. So then you have newer card, UA Signing Deal, lets you special summon a UA monster from your deck. Its effect is just negated, and you pay 300 life points for each level of it. It can't be used for a Synchro or an Xe summon, which is basically no downside at all, because you're probably just going to use it to search out Midfielder anyway, so you can then start special summoning your higher level monsters. UA Power Jersey is insane. It's ridiculous. I can't think of a better equip card in the game right now, because they largely suck. You equip it to your UA monster, it gains 1,000 attack and defense, and if it battles your opponent, any battle damage it does is doubled. And if you equip a second one, that battle damage is tripled. Another one, it's quadrupled. I was running a simulation where I summoned Dreadnought Dunker, and since he does piercing battle damage, the fact that my opponent had a defense position monster was basically a moot point. And then I equipped him with 2 UA Power Jerseys. I did 9,000 damage in one attack.
Oh my gosh, 9,000?
It was ridiculous.
I heard you did that, but I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, and if I would have, think about if I would have had 3 equipped, that would have been, I don't even know, because I don't remember what the defense of the monster was. But Dreadnought Dunker was already boosted by 500 with Stadium, So he was at 3,000 attack from that, then 4,000, then 5,000.
Wow.
So obviously you don't have much of a problem getting your opponent's life points down. So Upstart Goblin is not an issue at all. You want to thin out that deck, and more deck thinning with reinforcement lets you search out your all-important midfielder or heroic challenger assault halberd if you want. And then you're also running Terraforming to search out your stadium. So between Upstart Goblin, Reinforcement of the Army, and Terraforming, you're basically running a 31 card deck. Double Summon, a little controversial choice. I've seen a lot of other deck lists, but I've not seen people running Double Summon. Basically, Double Summon usually is awful. It comes across as a -1 or a 1-for-1 at best. But you get a search whenever you normal summon off of UA Stadium. So Double Summon lets you make huge fields in one turn. It's great for a huge first turn field or a big turnaround. Stadium makes it 1-for-1 at worst. Kaiser Colosseum is basically just for if you get a really crap first hand and you just have to, summon your heroic challenger and then just make sure your opponent can't do too much, which is the same reason you run Vanity's Emptiness. Sit on a big monster or just keep your opponent slowed down while you're waiting to set up your plays. And then UA Penalty Box is pretty awesome. Basically, it's another reason why you just absolutely destroy Burning Abyss and Shaddolls and pretty much anything else out there, as long as you can get the ball rolling. At the start of the damage step, you can banish your opponent's monster whenever your UA monster battles. That's whenever your opponent attacks or whenever you attack. Banish your opponent's monster for 2 turns. If somebody's stupid enough to blind Mystical Space Typhoon on it, while it's face down, then on your turn you get its second effect, which is really awesome, to banish it from your graveyard and search UA spell. So that gets you a search for Stadium or for Signing Deal or for your ridiculous win condition powered jersey. And it also, if you already have this face up on the field, your opponent has another reason to get confused and waste their time thinking about, are they going to worry about their cards being banished, or are they going to destroy it and let you get a free search? So we'll go to the extra deck. We have 2 rank 7s. You can only use them with Blockbacker and Dreadnought Dunker, so you're not going to use them too much. But you have Master of Blades, just a little more effect negation, and the one you'll probably use more, number 11, Big Eye. Big Eye's pretty awesome. He's stealing your opponent's monster is never a bad thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Got a few rank 5s. Constellar Diamond is basically just there to be if you need to stop your opponent milling or negate some dark type monsters, but he's mostly there to attach to Ptolemaeus in the end phase. So you can make Durandal to mess up your opponent's hand, or Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis, for a little bit of targeted destruction. A lot of people run Pleiades with Ptolemaeus, but I don't really have too much of an issue with getting things off the field with this. So I just I love Durandal with Ptolemaeus messing up your opponent's hand. And then the rest are just some generic rank 4s. I think Gagaga Samurai is like the most underused and underrated Xe in the entire game. Anytime you can attack your opponent twice for 3,800 damage is excellent.
Yeah. I would definitely hate to go up against that card.
Gagaga Samurai, in case you need a little bit of, just a finisher. Dark Rebellion, if you're having trouble getting over a big monster. Obviously, Honor Arc, you want to keep around just in case. Abyss Dweller, you really don't have too much of an issue with graveyard effects since you have Mighty Slugger, but you want to keep him around. Ragna Zero is actually great against a mirror match if you ever go against the rare UA deck, since they all get attack boosts off of this. And if your opponent's running Yosenju with their Fire Formation Tenkies out, it's great. Rhapsody and Berserk is awesome for Teller Knights. Karen Gorgon, just in case, a little bit of defensive play. And I hate Infernoids. So Steel Swarm Roach is
And
excellent.
I know you hate Infernoids because I've
Yeah,
seen you go against those decks, and you look like you're about to pop a vein just from looking at the decks.
I didn't include side deck because that's very meta specific. Basically, the gist is, you keep Mystical Space Typhoons in there in case your opponent's running a lot of floodgates, because you're gonna be special summoning every turn. So you keep your Mystical Space Typhoons there. I keep an extra Mighty Slugger and an extra Dreadnought Dunker and an extra Blockbacker in there that I switch out the Upstart Goblins for whenever I think it's going to be more of a grind game. This deck, the problem with it is if somebody slows you down a little bit, it's hard to get the ball rolling again. But some extra monsters helps with that. I've considered running Reborn Tengu and a few Monarchs, but if I would ever, they'd go in the side deck definitely. I side a second Kaiser Colosseum just in case, but I think that should largely be up to you guys. So that's the UA deck profile. Hope you enjoy it and subscribe.
Yes, definitely leave a like. Leave suggestions if you want other deck types to be discussed. We will definitely do that. Again, open to any suggestions. And we will have videos coming up shortly. So we hope you enjoyed this deck profile and be on the lookout for more.
Thanks for watching.